Baby, don't cry.
Let me open my Olipop right now because I have a feeling I'm going to need it. Okay. Hey. Like, hey, I don't know. Welcome to the RBF podcast, aka Really Big Feelings. Welcome. I'm really not sure what to say. I don't know how to start this off. If you don't know who I am, which is really highly unlikely, but I'm Jaila. 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 So, welcome. How is everyone doing? Good? Good? I feel like that one episode of SpongeBob where he's like, and what happens to potatoes? And then the guy's like, oh, brother, this guy stinks. That's what I feel like right now. But also, if I look down a lot, it's because my monitor with everything is right there, and I'm trying to make sure that, like, I don't know, my laptop doesn't, like, explode in the middle of this. So if you see me looking down, it's to make sure that everything is still working and that I'm good to go. So, first of all, I'm filming this in my room at my apartment. This is my room. I hope you like it. I don't really care if you don't because, like, you're not here, so what are you gonna do? Yeah, I started a podcast. I'm not, like, sure how to start this because it's the first episode. Honestly, I really should probably just do an introduction. My name is Jaila. I'm 21 years old. I am allergic to peanuts. What else? Like, what else do people need to know about me? I just graduated in April. I don't know. I feel like I want this podcast to just be a place where fellow girls, gays, theys, and even the men, if they want to join in, can just, like, come together and be dramatic and sad and happy and excited and weird and quirky and fun. Because I think we need more places like that, especially with the whole world being on fire right now. So, yeah, I have been wanting to start a podcast for literally like a year and a half now, probably. But I was always really busy with school and work and life. So now that I'm in more of a stable section of my life, I think now would be the perfect time. And I told myself that for sure if I hit 10,000 on TikTok that I would definitely have to burp. There's more where that came from. I told myself that if I hit 10,000 on TikTok, I would definitely start taking, like, social media a little bit more seriously. Right now, I really just post for fun, and I've always been that way. I started, like, searching things on YouTube since I can remember, which is probably why I'm a little bit messed up now. I was, like, on Omegle. I used to sneak into my sister's phone and go through her Keek, which, Ebony, if you're watching this, sorry. What else? I was always making vlogs. Video Star. If you remember Video Star, we would be friends. I've always just been a social media girly, and musically, I love it. I just love posting and talking to people and seeing other people's posts and talking to a camera. Like, my only hobbies are being on my phone and reading, which I'm trying to work on, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, I wanted to start a podcast, and I was trying to come up with a name that would, fit me. I didn't want to call it something stupid. Well, you might think this is stupid, but I don't know, brother. I think I literally went on to ChatGPT and was like, hey, what are cool podcast names? And then I hated all of them. And then I was like, okay, well, what's something that people always say I'm, like, known for? And then I was thinking, and everyone says I have an RBF, which I do. I acknowledge that, but, like, I'm sorry, I'm not always going to be smiling. So I was like, RBF, RBF, RBF. And then I was like, okay, well, it has to stand for something. Like, it can't just be the resting bitch face podcast. Like, that's stupid. So then I was thinking, and really big feelings. So yeah, I think it fits me perfectly. I'm a dramatic person. I'm a very anxiety ridden person, and I think that especially in today's society that we all just need to come together and just feel things, and like it's okay to feel things. I feel like everyone's too cool to have emotions and to be excited and to be happy and sad and angry about things, and I think it's fine. Like, show your emotion. It's boring to live in a world full of robots. So yeah, I don't really know what I want this podcast to turn into. I just really like talking. And honestly, the main reason I started a podcast was because if a bunch of white men can do it, I definitely can. So now that I've checked that off my list, I actually really like it and I like talking. Even though I'm talking to myself in a way, it's not because I'm talking to you. Yeah, you right there. So but yeah, I graduated in April. If you didn't know, I went to Grand Canyon University in Phoenix, Arizona. Graduated in 3 years. So I'm a little bit younger than most of the people I'm around, like 99% of the time. But yeah, I liked GCU. It's a private Christian school. It was good. I feel like the people definitely made my college experience what it was. And if I didn't have them, I probably would have hated it. But yeah, I am born and raised in Colorado, so moving to Phoenix was a big change, but also not in a way, because the funny thing about GCU is that I wanted to go to school out of state and get out of Colorado. And I'm not even joking, you guys, half of the people I know from Colorado also ended up going to GCU at some point. So that was really fun for me. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, it was like high school all over again. And I was not happy about it, but it's fine. I got through it. I graduated early. Those people, they either suck or they're irrelevant. So, like, I'm sorry, you are. What else? What else? I work full time. I'm a corporate girly now, which is why I mentioned being younger in a lot of the spaces I'm in. I'm the youngest one on my team at my job and one of the youngest like in the entire company. So it's really like fun and difficult and also intimidating because, I'll be talking to someone and I feel like I have to mute my personality a little bit, not because they're making me, but because they won't understand me because it's just different ages. So that's really fun. I do love my job though. I'm very lucky that I got a job. I did go through the trenches during the summer trying to figure out where I wanted to work and applying to jobs. I probably have applied like this year to like 450 jobs. I'm not even over exaggerating. I would wake up, go on LinkedIn, look, apply to everything, which, first of all, in the year of 2025, we need to make the application process a lot better for a lot of people. I just don't understand how you have to put in a resume and then also fill out all the information that's in the resume. But whatever, I digress. It's fucking stupid though. Like, I don't understand. And I got rejection letter after rejection letter after rejection letter, and I was like actually so devastated. And I'm very lucky I got the job I did, and I like it so far. I went to school for business management and marketing, and I wanted to kind of focus on the marketing part, but I think nowadays especially everyone is doing marketing and it's such a competitive field. So right now my job focuses more on like the business management side, which I was worried I wouldn't be able to use my creativity, but I can on the side and it's kind of working out perfect for me. So yeah, I highly suggest that if you're scared to try something new, that especially if you're like around my age or even if you're older than me, now is the time to do that. Like, when you first graduate college, you don't have to choose your career and stay in it forever. So try something different, do something new. You might love it, you might hate it, and either way it's okay. And I think that I was really set on, well, I went to school for this, so I have to do this. And while that can be true, also just like try different things, because I would have never really imagined me doing what I'm doing right now, and I still love it. Is it still like daunting and scary at times and frustrating? Yeah, but I still like it, and I'm happy that I made that decision. So if you're struggling, or if you're about to graduate, I know a lot of my friends are about to graduate and they're like spiraling over what they want to do in their life. Just do everything. Try everything at least once. And then if you find something you like, stick with it until you don't like it anymore. And then you can change. Like, we're so young and we have so much like collagen and youth and like, I don't know, like elasticity in our skin. Is that the right is that the right word? I don't know. Like, just like our frontal lobes haven't even developed yet. So you don't need to like stick to your job forever. It's gonna be okay. Yeah, I like my job. I'm in a new city. I moved a little bit of ways from home. I'm still in the same like kind of area as home, but yeah, I really I don't know how to make friends in a new city like this. I do like being alone a lot. Like, I'm not the type of person that needs human interaction. But it's nice sometimes, unfortunately. Like, it's nice to talk to people other than like my parents and my sister and my niece. So I've been struggling a little bit to kind of get out of my comfort zone and like go outside and try new things and meet new people. Number one, because I don't know how to do that. Like, where do you go? Where does one go to do that? Like, I don't know. And also because I have crippling anxiety. So trying to push myself to do things that are out of my comfort zone is something I've been working on in therapy a lot. But if you're struggling to do that, also, you're not alone, and it's difficult. And as much as I like talk big shit about just do things, blah, 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 and then it comes to me and I'm like, oh, but no, that's scary. I don't want to do that. But I'm getting better. And I think that I've kind of built a community on social media where I've posted and I can post about like these struggles I'm having, and then people will comment or they'll DM me and they'll relate. And I think that's helped me a lot to get out of my shell, kind of, which I'm not necessarily shy by any means. I just have anxiety. So yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I have no problem, like, let's say I had to go ask a waiter for like an extra fork at a restaurant. Like, it's not, I don't get anxious about that. But if you ask me to like go to a crowded gym, I've actually had multiple panic attacks about that before. A Lifetime Fitness, mind you, absolutely not. Lifetime Fitness is the third circle of hell in my eyes. I hate that place. I hate it. During high school, everyone and their mother had a Lifetime Fitness membership. My high school was here, Lifetime Fitness was here, and all of us lived like around. So I was like, okay, well, I want to be cool, fit, fun, fab. And I was like, let me get a Lifetime Fitness membership. So I begged my parents to get me a Lifetime Fitness membership. And it got to the point where like I was paying for the Lifetime Fitness membership as well. But I just like, something about the vibe of that place like has always made me just immediately want to like shit my pants and run. And I think especially because if you can't tell, I'm not like super duper thin. Um and I'm thinner now than I was like junior, senior year of high school. It is so intimidating to walk into a crowded gym and see number one, a bunch of white people, like two black people in sight there. Scary. Number two, like the whole football team from your high school, which none of them have, like, I'm not really like, and no offense to anyone from my high school's football team, love you so much. But like, it wasn't even because they were like hot or anything and that I wanted to date any of them. It was more just like, why are you here while I'm like sweaty and gross and struggling? And I already don't love working out. I do it. I don't like it. I'm not one of those people that's like, working out, it just makes you feel so much better and it's great for my mental health. The gym is my therapy. I hate working out. And I've been working out pretty consistently for the past like 3 years. And I still am not at the point where I'm like, oh, I need to go to the gym and just like clear my head. No. If I want to clear my head, I'm going to order a Pizookie from BJ's and like a bottle of Tito's and sit and watch Criminal Minds. Like that's my idea of clearing my mind. I'm just like not one of those people, unfortunately. But anyways, Lifetime Fitness. I remember like one time I had the worst panic attack of my life. I was in the parking lot. It was like 6 p.m. and I pulled in the parking lot packed. And I was like already like, okay, this is not good. I was going to go in and do a quick workout. And like I was checking stat maps. Everyone was there. Everyone was at Lifetime Fitness. And you might be thinking in hindsight, like, okay, why does it matter? In my mind, that was my 9/11. Like, that actually made me want to crawl out of my skin. And I had like the worst panic attack of my life in the parking lot. And then I went home and cried the rest of the night. And I will never forget that ever. Because I thought, and you might be like, that's so freaking stupid. I thought I was going to die. So sorry, like I did. So yeah. What else do I get anxiety about? Sorry, I'm like looking everywhere but the camera. I keep forgetting I need to like look at you. Other things I get anxiety about. I would say most things actually, except the things that like normal people would get anxiety about. I'm the type of person that gets really shaky and my heart rate picks up. And I used to think it was normal. And I was like, oh, it's just like, that's how everyone feels. And then when I got diagnosed, like sophomore year of college, finally I went to like a psychiatrist and she was like, girl, she's like, you got anxiety and you got depression. And I was like, oh, right. Okay. So yeah, I also got diagnosed with ADHD this year, which was like a huge shock to me because I have like family members, like close family members that have ADHD. So in my mind, I was like, oh, that's what ADHD looks like. It's not me. And I always did well in school. I'm not like super chatty like normal people describe ADHD in girls. And I never really noticed the symptoms of it starting to show until probably like senior year of high school. Or junior year, because for me, COVID started when I was in sophomore year of high school. So it kind of disrupted my routine a little bit. And junior and senior year, I was barely at school. I still got good grades, don't get me wrong. And I still was like on a roll, whatever, but I was never at school. And I think that my ADHD manifests in like, it makes it really difficult to be inside my brain because it's going 25 miles per hour all the time. Hello? Oh, it is still recording. I don't know why my phone made that noise. Okay. Anyways, it makes my brain go like super fast all the time and it makes me overthink everything and it makes it hard to start tasks and I thought that was normal. And then when I got tested, I was in like the 90th percentile for ADHD, which I was guttural shock and horror. I was like, oh. So then she was like, yeah, you need to be put on medication now. Well, she didn't say that. She was like, do you want to do this? And blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I probably just need medication. So I've been doing that since like January, February. And it's actually helped me so much. It's helped me a lot with like just wanting to like be alive. And also my whole life I've struggled with like binge eating, just like a lot. It's been on and off my whole life, but it's definitely helped me a lot with that and helping me to start tasks and not overthink things all the time. So it's helped me a little bit with my anxiety, but I mean, I think nowadays everyone has their thing, and I'm not a person that likes to self-diagnose myself all the time. I mean, I'll research things, but I'm always hesitant to tell people what I think because, I think that's kind of an issue we have today. But I think also with so many people being diagnosed with like ADHD and anxiety and depression and BPD that it's like, okay, well, maybe there's an issue that's causing all these people to have these things. And it's not Tylenol. So just wanted to get that out there. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've been doing really good with my anxiety lately and my ADHD, and being in therapy has definitely been like a little bit of an eye opener because I can talk to someone who's not biased. You know, it's not my mom, it's not my friends, it's not me talking to myself. It's me talking to someone with an outside perspective that knows like healthy habits and non-healthy habits, and she's really helped me to kind of realize what I'm feeling and accept what I'm feeling and kind of stay in that instead of just pushing it to the side, which has been really helpful. I think okay, I think we're back. I don't know what happened, but sorry, there's going to be some kinks in this podcast. This is just a one woman show doing this. I forgot what I was saying. Damn. That kind of sucks. Oh, I was going to talk about dating. Yeah, I don't do it. I've never been in a serious relationship really. So, and I don't know how to explain it. I'm not the type of person, at least now in my life, I don't want like a fling. I don't have the time for that. I don't have the energy for that. I'm not judging if you do like just like to like hook up with random people. I'm just not that type of person. I like am not a very touchy person. I don't even really like being hugged by strangers. So like I'm not letting you put that inside of me. I don't even know you. I'm just like that type of person. I'm not judging if you do that. It's just not my vibe. But I think especially nowadays, like in the year 2025 as a 21-year-old, it's the trenches. It is literally the trenches. And I also am, well, let's say it, Black. And I'm surrounded by white people like 95% of the time. So I'm not like the beauty standard, which is not saying I'm not beautiful. I know I am. And it's taken me a long time to get there. But I think a lot of times, like people, like my friends or I don't know, my family, even they don't realize that like usually I'm not the number one choice to the men around me. And unfortunately, the Lord didn't give me the gene where I like women. Okay, I had to like restart it again. I don't really know what's going on, but whatever. I never said this was professional. What was I saying? Dating, blah blah blah, blah, boys suck, boys drool, girls rule, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, also like boys give me the ick. I should say men. I'm 21. I'm not dating boys, okay? They give me the ick, and the ones I do like that show interest in me, 99% of the time, I don't want them at all. Okay, I think we're back again, hopefully. Sorry, guys. It's like I said, it's not professional. And I literally cue the ADHD. I literally just like Googled like a few weeks ago, like how to make a podcast, and I already had like most of the equipment, so then I just used what I had. So it's gonna be a little bit rough in the beginning, but just bear with me, okay? You're fine. You're not the one that has to edit this. So yeah, I don't remember what I was talking about, but yeah, I think dating, yeah, that's what I was talking about, right? Dating? Who knows? Dating in this day and age is stressful, and I'm not going to stress myself out for no reason. I also hate dating apps. They're awful. And I'm not going to go up to a man in public and be like, "Hi, I think you're cute." I'm not fucking doing that. Sorry, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So no. And I know some people are like that, but also I'm just not. And also it's also kind of my fault. I'm not just gonna say like it's men, blah blah blah. I'm very avoidant attachment style. Like, if I like someone and then they start liking me back, immediately my mind is like, why are you doing that? Yeah, I haven't had a real crush on anyone in quite a little bit, which is fine. Like, you don't have to have a crush. Like, I'm kind of glad my life isn't revolving around a man, but also it's kind of like, where's the spice? Like, I, I don't know. I'm the type of person that having someone hot in my environment, it motivates me to do better, you know? And I've found that motivation within myself, but it would be nice to have, let's say, a Drew Starkey, Jacob Elordi, Milo Manheim, Tyreek Withers to view, to gaze upon. Um, that would just make everything so much sweeter, in my opinion. Um, and honestly, to my future husband, you're welcome, because I'm a catch. I've realized that these past few weeks. Like, I don't even care, like, if you want to party with the boys, whatever. Like, and I know how to cook. I'm not going to clean up after you, but I know how to clean. What else? I don't want your money. It would be nice if you had your own. You're not using mine. You're not using mine. Sorry. What else? What else? I, yeah. I have boobs. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what guys like. I'm just like a nice, kind soul. I love parents. That's about it. But yeah, boys are just not boys, men. Men are annoying. And they make me angry like 99% of the time. So just waiting for that 1% to show itself to me anytime now. I thought it's funny because when I was younger, I was like, I'm going to be married by the time I graduate college. And I was like, I'm going to have a proposal at my college graduation. It's going to be great. Who told you that? My parents got married when they were 21. Scary, right? My sister got married when she was 20, 24? Shit, I don't even know. 24, 25, something like that. And I'm 21 now, and even my parents are like, I cannot imagine you being married right now. Like, that's just so young. And I'm like, well, you did it. So then in my brain growing up, I was like, okay, well, they got married at 21. Surely I'll be married by at least like 20. Kids on the way by 24. Little did she know, y'all. Little did she know. And some of my friends are married. Like, I'm literally going to a wedding in like November. And that's all good and dandy. But for me and myself, I could imagine maybe being married, but still, like, I don't want a boy like in my apartment 24/7. Like, this is my first time like living in my own space, and I love it. And I loved having roommates that were my friends. Like, that was still really fun, but like having my own space is so much fun. And a man coming in, I genuinely was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, I can't. Where am I going to put my comforter? Like, where's my pillow pet going to go? Where are all my clothes going to go? My skincare in the bathroom? Like, genuinely worried about that for my future when I have to move in with a man. And they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. They're just not, you know? So, keep you updated, I guess. I don't know. I have no prospects right now, which I'm fine with. And I don't know why it's like such a big deal nowadays that a woman's like not focused on only dating. Like, it's not my main priority right now. I have so many other things I could be worrying about. And that's just like not something I am worried about. So, and worst case scenario, I'm going to adopt a kid and just have a kid, and we're going to party it up together when I turn like 30. So, yeah, I do have a marriage pact with someone, but I think I'd rather die than do that. So, yeah. I don't know. If you're single or if you're not single, it really does not matter. Boy or girl, gay or they, it doesn't matter. Just be yourself and know your worth, okay? And if they cheat on you, cut their nipples off. Hey, why are we not doing that? Why are we not doing that more for cheaters? I'll do it for you. Just let me know. Send an address. I can't ever imagine, like, just break up with them. Why are you cheating? I don't know. I also am really scared to date. And this is kind of bad. I'm the type of person that once I meet someone, I will look up every single thing about you. And I try to be better about that, but I can't help it, like I'm Gen Z. I have to know. I want to know. I can't just not look up everything about you. So, I don't know. I'm trying to be better. But also, one time my sister dated this guy, and then my dad finally looked him up after like a month, or no, more longer than that, I think, of them dating, and the guy had gotten out of prison literally a few days before he met my sister. And that's always in the back of my mind. I'm like, what if they're like actually fucking crazy? And I just don't know because I didn't look it up. So what am I going to do then? Like, I don't know. I don't know. So it's just crazy right now. And everyone needs to stay safe. Be safe. Oh my gosh, everyone's getting snatched off the streets and 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 it's scary. It's a scary world out there. So I'd rather just like stay in my own environment where I know I'm safe. I also, oh my gosh, okay. I want to take like self-defense classes, right? But I don't know. I was looking at those videos of people taking like hit classes and like kickboxing, and I am the type of person that I read a lot of romance books. I will fall in love with the instructor 100%. If they're looking at me like that and we're rolling on the mat like that, I'm just like my shirt's open, yitty swinging. Cause like, what do you mean? I'm supposed to not think you're attractive? Okay. It's like when you're in the airport and you see like the most mid guy ever. You're gonna fall in love with them. It's just how it happens. So if I'm rolling around on a mat with you, hey, I'm gonna like, it's biological at this point. My brain's gonna think something else is happening and I'm gonna fall in love with you. So I just don't want that to like, I can't deal with that right now. I can't deal with like a kickboxing love triangle or something like that. Although it would add some spice in my life. It would add some spice. It might make things more interesting, but I don't think it's healthy for anyone, any parties involved. Yeah, and that might be another thing about dating. I read a lot of romance books, which I understand that real life is not like the romance books, but my standards are through the roof, as they should be, and I'm not going to lower them, but like if you're a guy, listen to what I'm saying. If you want to get bitches, go pick up a few romance books from Barnes and Noble. Read it, study it, copy exactly what they do, and I promise you'll be getting laid left and right. Okay? That's like it's written out. It's like failing an open note test. Just go look at the books. And the guys in I could talk about books for forever, but the guys in books that are written by women, they're so good. They're so good. Like, and you can't find them like that these days. There's no guys like that. There's no guys like that these days, and I think that's sad. And that I think we need to bring romance back. I'll say it. I think we need to bring romance back, and I say that as the most non-romantic person ever. It's not like rose petals and candles. I hate that shit. It's like, hey, I got you a croissant. Like, give me a croissant. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Romance is dead. We need more yearning. I need to see men yearning more. They're not yearning anymore. They're all watching Joe Rogan. That's why they're not yearning anymore. As a society, I think we need to fix that problem. And there's also, while we're at it, a lot of other problems we need to fix as a society. And I'm not even like the most political person ever, But I feel like now it's gotten to a place where it's just common sense. It's just common sense and common courtesy and like not being racist. So call me woke if you want. I don't know. I would prefer someone to like not yell the N word at me. I feel like that's the bare minimum that should be expected, but whatever. I'm trying really hard not to curse that much on this because I know my parents are going to watch it and they know I curse. I don't curse like crazy or anything, and I'm not like I don't know, Tana Mojo. Love Tana Mojo. Well, she's all right. Anyways, but I don't want to just like be dropping like F bombs left and right because I'm trying to get better about that. Like okay, Jaila. I speak very professionally most of the time. When I'm at work, sometimes things slip out and that's okay. But I'm trying to get better about speaking professionally to myself. Does that make sense? I also am trying to stop saying the word like every 5 seconds, which I know I've been doing this whole time, but I Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? Speaking of Rome, Epic the Musical, anyone? Yeah, that shit is fire. I'm a musical girl, I'll say it. I'm a theater kid. I was a reformed theater kid my whole life. I grew up dancing, competitive dance. So I was always listening to musical theater songs and I love them. I love a good musical. I really want to go see a musical like live this next year. Next year my goal is to travel more and to do more like events now that I have a big girl job. I ain't rich or anything. If anyone, speaking of which, if anyone wants to send me to any concert or festival or anything, really, send me anywhere on a plane. I love planes. I'll go. But anyways, yeah, I'm a theater kid. And I think it's like what I say with Taylor Swift. It comes a certain point in everyone's life, especially women, where you could be listening to Taylor Swift your whole life and not like her, and then one day something happens to you and you listen to the same song and you're like, oh, I get it. And I think that's really true with musical theater because I remember being like a sophomore in high school and I listened to Dear Evan Hansen. Well, no, it was before that probably. It was probably in like 7th grade when I was listening to Hamilton. And I like clocked it in my brain and I was like, oh, I get it. And then it's just like grown from there. And I think musical theater is a really special thing because it's telling such a like intricate story with vibrato. Like that bitch is singing and dancing and telling a story. I love it. I eat it up every single time. I do miss dancing sometimes though, but I quit my senior year, so I was dancing since I was like 3, and then I took a break for like 2 years. Came back. No, I took a break for like 4 years. Came back in 5th grade, started dancing competitively until junior year of high school, and then I quit because it was just like mental health and like the environment I was in was not helping me. It was hurting me more than helping me. And the way that my parents and I put it was like, we're not paying that much money for me to be miserable. And I know I would have been miserable my senior year. So then I switched to cheer my senior year of high school. Here's one thing about me. I'm very long. I'm like 5'8" and a half exactly. I've been that height for the past like 3 years. I'm a very long person. I don't tumble. Okay? I hate it. I hate tumbling. And I think people, unless you're really tall and you started tumbling like at a later age, you probably don't get it. But I get so high off the ground and I don't want to. I'm not that close to the ground already. So like me like jumping and trying to flip my body in the air, like I'm going to break my neck. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm fine with like roller coasters and stuff because that's like out of my control. But me having to control my body to flip, I'm not doing that. So senior year, I was on varsity cheer because one of the moms that coached cheer was the same dance mom I grew up with. So she was like, just be on varsity. I killed the dances. Don't get me wrong. I killed the dances. I liked it, and then I I ripped all of the like, is it tendons or ligaments? I'm not pre-med. In my thumb, like all of that stuff that's making my thumb move right now, I tore it in shear like halfway through the year. So I couldn't do any of our competitions because I had a cast on. But it was a good experience. Like, I'm glad I did something my senior year. Um, if I wasn't dancing, I do miss dance at times. Like when I'm watching like Dancing with the Stars, but it wasn't something that was serving me at the time, and I'm happy that I made that decision because I think I would have been miserable my senior year, and that's not how my senior year should have been. It also opened up so much free time for me to actually do school events and stuff and like go to football games, and like I got to cheer at the football games and go to dances and go to different like senior sunrise and stuff like that. I would not have been able to do that if I was still in dance because my schedule would have been so crazy. Yeah, it was definitely an experience. And I got to work more and save some money, so that was nice. My first job, y'all, was Chewy's Tex-Mex. I was a host. I was the youngest one there for a while, and then I've like made some really close friends from that job, like lifelong people. I started as a host, and then I moved to go, and then I moved to serving. I was like the youngest server. Um, yeah, I worked there from the ages of like 16 to I came back after my freshman year of college, so like 19, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, 16 and no, something's wrong there. 16 to 20. So like 4 years. I don't know. I was there for so long. I still remember everything, and I think everyone should have to work a service job in their life, or else you're going to turn out to be a horrible human being, and I stand by that. I think you need to learn how to work in the service industry, whether it's like retail, restaurant, or whatever, because you get to see the worst in people, and you also get to like make the best friends ever, and like yell at grown men in the kitchen. Like, it's great, it's awesome, it builds character, and I think that everyone should have to work a service job in their life. Well, a lot of things that happened there, did I get traumatized? Yes, but it builds character. It made me who I am today. Um, there are a lot of things I would change about that time of my life, but I'm still happy that it happened, and that now like all the trauma that I've experienced in my life, it's made me like funny. So I can't be too mad about it. And trust me, there's a lot underneath the surface. So I don't know. How are you guys? Are you watching Dancing with the Stars? Because I'm watching it. I love Dancing with the Stars, but this is the first year I'm like actually watching it live and like keeping up with it. And so far, I'm like struggling to, because I don't like awkward things. I just don't. It cringes me out. I can't watch it. It'll make me physically sick. And so having to watch them give people scores and not being able to fast forward because it's live television has actually been a real struggle for me that I didn't think it would be. But I'm getting through it slowly. I'm really excited for next week, TikTok week, Charlie D'Amelio, you know? Um, sorry, Charlie. I think we'd be friends actually if Charlie D'Amelio met me. We're like the same age. Also, you want to know who else is the same age as me? Robert Irwin. Didn't know that. Thought he was way older. So Robert, if you're feeling frisky, you let me know, sir. I don't like I don't like bugs or dirt though, so I don't think we'd be very compatible. Unfortunately, I'm not an outdoors person. I try. I can appreciate it, I'm from Colorado, for God's sakes. I like I can appreciate like the woods. Anyways, I'm yeah, it cut out again. Anyways, I can appreciate like the woods and animals and nature, but I'm not an outdoor girl. I'm an indoor girl. I'm an indoor cat, unfortunately. But okay, guys, I think we just finished our first episode of the podcast. So, yeah, go follow my TikTok and Instagram if you want to. Those are literally the only forms of social media I have. Yeah, I'll see you next time. I don't know when I'm going to upload these or what day of the week or anything. So, we'll see. I'm thinking Mondays. So, Let me know what you guys want to hear, what ideas you have to make it better, what you don't want to hear. Let me know. I want to hear your opinion. Yeah, very excited for this journey we're all going to be taking together, and love you so very much. I think I'm going to do a feeling of the week, or feeling, like, you know how on Victorious when they did like the slap, they'd be like feeling and then they have like an emoji. Um I think I'm going to be doing the, let's do the troll emoji, and I'm feeling excited and hopeful. That's the feeling that I'm going to be portraying. Excited with that little troll emoji, the one that's like, you know? Yeah. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Tune in next time. I love you very, very much. And yeah, thanks. Bye.